It's a good little Jones. Good morning, good noon, good night. Welcome to the Blacklight Effect podcast, created and hosted by Doc Holmesiano. Here's I and I or him. I'm Matt where I'm at. I'll be right back. If you catch me in traffic, you just better come correct. Here we are. I told you. Back like I never left, episode 9, the Leonidas touch with my man 100 grand, Hyde Homicide.
What's good? It's good to be here.
Pleasure and an honor.
Facts.
Long trip. How's the city treating you?
Man, it's been great over here. Just came down from Mass and it's been just straight work, so like that's what I'm on. That's what it's gonna keep being.
It's a good joint. I like it. Look, I told you we're not gonna miss too many more wows. A wow, if you didn't know, some words of wisdom. Just these random ass quotes I pull out of nowhere. Some for you to put in your cargo pocket.
I dig it.
And I noticed on your business trip, you brought your lady. So it kind of, what I originally had scripted for this episode, it kind of ties in anyway. So some for you to think about, some for you to brew on. I usually break them down. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But it's just something insightful. Something for you to, sit back on. The words of wisdom for episode 9 from a guy I've been telling you about a little bit. The callback to episode 8 was, we're going to keep touching on black excellency. King shit. Like proverbs and words that just mean so much more than us that they don't stick because you don't hear them. Just, you know what I'm saying? Goofy shit aside, it's just important, insightful information. But when virtue and modesty enlighten her charms, the luster of a beautiful woman is brighter than the stars in heaven. And the influence of her power, it is in vain to resist. Akhenaten, according to the internet, is an Egyptian statesman.
Right.
It's King Tut's It's King Tut's grandfather. Statesman, councilman, congressman. He was a politician before, Ancient niggas been kicking wisdom since the beginning of time.
Yeah,
and just to know that niggas since before us been saying, you can be great. She gonna push you. He gonna be great. His wife gonna push him. I can be great. Mine gonna push me. You know what I'm saying? And you be a motherfucking fool to not act on it.
Facts.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they be wording shit, make it all cool and shit like that, but when we really just think about it, it's like, no, you're gonna be the best. You're always gonna be the best version of yourself, the better version of yourself when you know what I mean? But you gotta have the right one. It can't be. It's a lot of niggas not with this train of thought. That's why you here. The importance of why you here is what you doing. Y'all know everything's an exclusive. Whether or not it's necessarily business or just business in general, not everybody moving how you moving.
Yeah, no, that's a huge fact.
It's a difference between there's a difference between saying you're working and you working. We just played some shit. I'm looking at a track list. You can hear the music, putting a face to the music. Who is Hyde Homicide?
Hyde Homicide is a person that's kingly by nature. So pretty much I take up after everything that's real to me, everything that means something and that is solid. That's who Hyde Homicide is to me. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's real and up forward, you know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. You're gonna get it regardless of how you want it.
So let's get into a little bit of the origins. So you said you came down here from Mass. That's where you're from?
Yeah, Springfield, Massachusetts.
I know a little bit about Springfield, Massachusetts. I almost went to school up there. I told you, Western New England College, Golden Bear, something like that. Thought about it. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, but didn't do it. Nice little, well, I can't call it sweet. It's the reason why you got homicide. So, I'm thinking it's Springfield, it's beautiful.
Listen,
beautiful women.
I'm gonna keep it real. Springfield is like a mixture of everything. Like that's why out there we call it Bangfield, because you never know, something just gonna pop. Whether it's music, whether it's exactly what we stated, a homicide, whatever it gonna be. You know what I'm saying? It's like random. It's like Jack in the Box. That shit just pops. So it's like Springfield. You just gotta be careful how you navigate over there.
It's good to know. It's good to know. How old are you?
I'm 23.
And what's the name of the project?
King Leonidas.
So with King Leonidas at 23, how do you feel about what you've done so far?
To be honest, I feel proud, because like I said, when I take up after kingly things, that's something I really want to give back. And like King Leonidas is something I went so hard in. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't just put no regular bullshit work into it. You know what I mean? I gave it everything, so I try to make it as kingly as possible. And to me, that project is important, like very important.
So what genres of music inspired not only just the King Leonidas project, but what genres of music inspired you? What do you listen to?
To be honest, like I'm really versatile. Like I like listening to metal here and there. I like rap a lot. I like singing, like R&B. That's something that I really love doing. You know what I'm saying? If I could get people to do tracks with me to do that, like that'd be fire type shit. But like,
if you could work with anybody in the industry, anybody in the world, what musicians, what artists, who would you work with?
Damn, I got like a top 5, maybe. No bullshit. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Joyner Lucas, he's freaking dope to me. You know what I'm saying? Cassidy, dope. For a fact. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I'm gonna let y'all live. I ain't gonna do this this time.
There's a couple people. I like a few heads, you know what I'm saying? But that's the thing about the industry. I only like people that say something to me, you know what I'm saying? So people that do drill all the time just don't do nothing for me.
So there are genres you want to avoid or necessarily just sounds you want to avoid. Is it a sound thing or is it a particular artist thing?
I feel like it's a sound thing, because a lot of people tend to put things out that kind of sound the same, and people rock with it because it's what's hot at the moment, you know what I'm saying? But like if you really take a listen to it, it's like it's similar, you know what I'm saying? I'm the type of person that likes something genuine, you know what I'm saying? Something different. So like for example, like me coming up into my rap and learning to rap, I used to listen to Immortal Technique too. You know what I'm saying?
So you've been studying a little bit. You actually, okay.
Yeah, since little. I've always paid attention, you know what I'm saying? So, and to people that certain people might find odd and be like, why he listen to him? You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of people listen to Immortal Technique, but his lyrical ability is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's dope.
So how'd you get here? How'd you get to where you are? How did the infamous, the notorious, my beloved brother, how did you come across Don Gunn and Made Men Mafia?
Listen, I came across Gunna when he was first getting out. You know what I'm saying? He was getting into, I believe it was Crack Music 2 or 3. Mm-hmm. And since then, we've been locked in, you know? Like, it's a chemistry that's been there. You know what I'm saying? He believes in me, I believe in him, and this is just something that we're going to keep pushing forward.
As you should. Now, I believe it was Overdose, where playing it back, I stopped it a couple times and said, no, you didn't do this. Nah, he didn't do this. No, you didn't do this. There's a handful of tracks where you don't sound like you. Mm-hmm. Having heard the music, being able to put a face to the name and seeing it, it's like a lot of this don't sound like a 23-year-old from Massachusetts.
No, facts. I understand that.
It's not, I'm not going to say it doesn't compute. It almost don't make sense. Lyrical ability, great. It's a lot of work on. Now, most people won't know, seeing and hearing the sessions, seeing how you put it together, what's difference in your approach now that the project is done? What's next?
Well, to be honest, what I'm trying to do next is I'm trying to get into different genres, not just stay into what I've been doing. And personally, I'm just trying to fuck with the right people, Like, I've been around all the wrong people, and I gave the wrong energy, so a lot of stuff before didn't fall into place. nothing went good. So now
Right.
my approach to this, you know what I'm saying, if everything goes great how it should be, man, I got so much in stock, like...
As you should. Now, with the... Let's get into some of these tracks. The EP, King Leonidas. 7 tracks, 2 features.
Mm-hmm.
Overdose, we referenced, that's with Glitty, Triple M, right?
Yep.
How'd you meet him?
That's my little nigga, man. Like, that's the best way I could put it. I knew him since he was like a jit, you know what I'm saying? Young. And we actually fell out for a grip, you know what I'm saying? Then my little brother was like, yo, I go to school with this kid and he knows you. So he brought him to me. And since then, you know what I'm saying, I pushed him to rap, and now he's doing his own little producing thing. So we get up together, and that's what we do. We lock in. But that's my dog, like, for a fact. Shout out to Nano, no bullshit.
Now, did he produce the Overdose track?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's all him. That's him and you.
That's him and me, like raw. Like that's how it is.
Yeah, we got to get him. We got to get him down here. We got to get him down
for
here.
sure.
I feel like with me being able to give them tidbits of what's going on behind the scenes, I like highlighting the individuals. Now, it's important to get you down here because, you came from Massachusetts with work, ready to work, knock some things out. This is exciting as an exec. It's exciting just watching another artist bloom and blossom.
I appreciate that.
What have you learned? What have you seen in just this since you started it up until this point? What have you learned? What have you learned about yourself? What have you learned about the music? What have you grasped in the duration it took for you to put together the King Leonidas project?
I'm not gonna lie with you saying that. I have to like really think back on it because I remember just being the type of kid that didn't really take rap serious. Like I really started taking it serious when I hit like 15 years old. Got up with the homies and I'm like, yo, check this out. And they're like, yo, that's hot. Like, keep writing type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like throughout the years, what I did is I try to apply myself as much. And I did it behind the scenes. I'm not going to lie. Like I didn't do major things. Like I probably did like 2 open mics. You know what I'm saying? I shot 1 video. I performed once, so it's like behind the scenes things, but like I've been progressing my power is how I feel, like I've been building things, and since young to now, like I evolved crazy. Like if I could pull up an old video of me and a video of me now is just nuts. Like a lot of people tell me like, yo, it's a big difference, huge change.
No, that's a good joint. I'm only saying that because hearing all 7, It's so polished. Overdose, one of those songs you to just have the wherewithal and the foresight to just project and articulate the way you did, and then it happening. You had a bar. You said, "Woke up from a hangover. I wrote the shit down, turned the shit in."
I woke from a hangover, wrote me a verse. I handed the shit in without a rehearse.
I questioned it.
Yeah, I feel you.
Heard it. I said, Gunner, who is this? What was wrong, bro? I said, no, for real. Like, how did this happen? He said, I don't know.
Honestly, I'm gonna keep it $1 with you. Like when I said that, like everybody always tells me, you're at your best when you're at your worst. You feel me? Because you can take more inspiration and like.
Do you know what that's called?
Huh?
Do you know what that's called?
What?
What you did.
What
like
exactly?
Manifesting, like having the foresight to say it and then it happening.
Right.
When you sent that in, you submitted it to the label. Now, me being a podcaster, I should have nothing to do with this. Absolutely nothing to do with this. But you sent it to the label. Bro, I sat here and said, who is this kid to have the foresight to sound this polished with no prior, you know what I'm saying? Like, who does that? I can ask how each song came about, but that particular song, it was like, damn, these two went crazy. Knowing that it's all in-house, knowing that both of you are young. We 30. So knowing that, no, they working. Mixing and mastering, recording the audio, writing, rehearsing, not rehearsing, just just putting together this body of work, to have it critiqued and be like, oh, this is the first time I did this.
Yeah, I understand.
That's fucking crazy.
Honestly, like, I've heard people tell me, like, yo, you're just winging it, you know, but it's like, why the fuck not? Like, we here, like, and besides that, like I said, I got a good support, you know, like, I got my boy G-Way out in Mass, you know, I got Legacy, I got Nano, and, like, pretty much what I'm saying is, like, when it comes to me being an individual, I don't just vibe with anybody, you know what I mean? So the chemistry has to be there in order for us to be able to work.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So it's like, that's really important to me.
Good to go. And I noticed that the only other song you have a feature with is Upgrade featuring Stack Lane.
Yeah, Stack Lane, that's my homie.
Does he have anybody that works, and how'd you bump into working with him?
Absolutely. And well, that's my homie, you know. So, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, he got his own body of work too, and we came across each other, and man, it's just like I said, the chemistry was there, you know. So it's like one day I hit him up with the beat. I'm like, yo, let's get this in the studio. I showed him the hook first, and then we went to the booth, wrote down the verses, threw that shit out. Like, fuck it, let's test this out. And that shit was hot. Next thing you know, we performed it once, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, that was the first time I performed and shit, so.
How'd you feel about that? How was your first performance?
Man, let me say, it's like, I don't know, because before I went to the stage, I had somebody tell me, like, yo, you nervous or whatever? And I was like, yo, I'm going to keep it a band. I'm not. He was like, stop lying. He's like, man, I'm a grown-ass man, and even me, I'll be nervous, but thing with me is I felt good about it, you know. So it's like, as soon as I stepped on stage, I seen the crowd, I was like, okay, like, it's here and now, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it was. And the only thing is moving the crowds, because once you perform, you got to learn to move the crowds, you feel me?
Absolutely, as you should.
That's the main thing. But like, other than that, bro, that shit was unreal. Like, it was dope. That whole night was fire. I went with the whole team, you know. We was up on stage bugging, like, popping bottles. It was lit.
Now, that's a good joint. Now, you've performed, you've submitted a body of work, came down here, worked on some shit. We won't leak too much information, but what's your goal? What do you want out of just rapping? What do you want out of the industry? Do you want to maintain your independence? What's your
Honestly,
end goal with all this music shit?
My goal is to, the best way I could put it is, my goal is to make it out, but not on some, like, standards, you know, type shit. Like, I want to make it out with my family, like, and besides, rap ain't just something I'm using. Rap is something I love. Like, musically, lyrically, this is something that's always been there for me.
Good to go.
Since young, you know, like, I have cousins in PR that do music out there, Spanish music and shit. You know, that's not my thing, but that's what they do. So it's in the bloodline. You know what I'm saying?
It's music. Period. Like,
yeah,
people
so
going, I mean,
that's what I'm trying to do with it. And aside from, like, as far as like the industry, I don't know, man, because I learn more and more every day. More and more every day, you know, knowledge is power, and it's like the industry is so fucking rigged in many ways that it's like I'd rather just stick with my niggas, you know what I'm saying? Made Man Mafia, who I know, Don, you know what I'm saying? That's the only ones I want to rock with. If he direct me some type of way towards anybody, like, yo, hit this producer, or this beat, or get on this feature, then whatever, you know what I'm saying? But like, other than that, I'm trying to just stick with mine. It's like, that's it.
No, as you should. Now, what's it like working with Don Gunner?
That shit's lit. Listen, energy feed energy, you know what I'm saying? Like, energy feed energy, lit. Man. Like, that's the type of people that's what I mean by chemistry. If you can't spit a bar in front of me that make me do that disgusting face, that make me want to punch a nigga or go outside and do some, you know what I'm saying? If you can't feed me like that, then it's like, bro, we can't do it. And that's exactly how it is with Gunner. I told him all the time. Like, last time he ended up sending me something, I was like, yo, bro, you make me want to rob like 30 plugs in one day, bro. Like, I'm not, you know.
Don't do that.
So, nah, that's just the energy, man. Like, that's what it needs. That's what it is, and that's chemistry that I like, you know. So that's what I'm keeping.
No, as you should. Outside of Made Men Mafia, Don Gunner, the artists you would want to work with, how did we get to, at 23, you're ahead of the game. You're starting everything, you're experimenting with everything. Got the merch, got the project, got the direction. We can't put a timeline on it, but how long do you think it'll take you to get to where you're going? And when do you, what if you had to put a timeline on it? If I said the shelf life for a rapper is 3 to 4 years, like you're gonna have a 3 to 4 year run. How long do you think it'll take to get to that point? And with just the landscape, who do you think are your peers for what you do?
Okay, so honestly, I'm gonna put a little like time there, but I feel personally you can't rush greatness. You feel me? So it's like, but if I have to give it a timeline, I'll say, man, just give it a few years, you know? Just give it a few
2, 3.
years. Yeah, like the work is there, the tools are there. Now it's a matter of just applying, building, you know what I'm saying, and just pushing forward with it. And that's something that I'm doing now. So it's like, you know, I'm gonna just keep the momentum going. I can't let that die out.
Now, what genre of music within hip-hop would you say you make? Is it grimy? Is it alternative? Is it emotionally driven? Is it... Because each song is different.
Okay, so I'm going to use an example. I'm not comparing myself to him, but somebody that I really looked up to was Ace Hood.
Okay.
You feel me? Like, he was versatile. He was able to spit things where he put in pain, you know? He was able to spit stuff that he could flex on, you know what I'm saying? Or stuff for the bitches or things like that. So that's...
Nah, look, as you should. You got to have the versatile, you know, discography, just being able to do different things. So versatility, not a skill.
I feel like if there had to be a category like Ace Hood, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I would fall under that category. Like, I'm lyrical. I can get gritty, but I could do other things as well.
Let's get into some of the things you do. Exterminate.
Yeah. And
that clearly wasn't for the bitches.
Nah.
But with different songs, T3000, explain that one.
All right, so T3000 was like, now we're going back to the conversation where I was talking about development and growth with myself. T3000, what a lot of people won't understand is that's the upgraded version from the Terminator.
Good to go.
You feel me? The one that's liquid and all that. Mm-hmm. So when I wrote T3000, that's how I felt. I was like, fuck that. I'm upgraded now. You know what I'm saying? The shit I'm putting out is heat. Like, this is something I got to keep doing. So I was like, T3000. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm the upgraded version of myself.
Now, the next track on the list is Possessed.
Yeah. So, Possessed, the best way to put it down, and when I wrote that track, you could catch a lot of movie references in it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
tracking.
So it's like, when I wrote that track, I was in like a killer state of mind, to put it, you know, like I had a lot of things that I was just angry about.
It's a time and place for everything.
Yeah,
look,
so
random acts of violence happen every day, so now I could dig it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the project. Not knowing prior to this, the kid's 23. Do you write all your lyrics?
Absolutely, all of them.
So you pen your own shit, no?
All of them. Not one person writes my lyrics.
Only because years from now, people gonna ask.
No, absolutely.
Does he write his own shit?
But that's the thing about me. Like, my strength is in writing. That's why I love what I put out, because it's me.
Good.
Everything I put out is me. It's not some, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, I went to somebody, yo, I'm gonna write this. No. Nope. I don't do none of that. It's just straight me, you know what I'm saying? And that's why, like, I don't know. That's the best way to put it.
No, look, I like critiquing the process. Mm-hmm. We've both seen how Gunna puts together a song.
Facts.
He can do it on the spot. He'll take some... It's different seeing someone else do it that doesn't like writing, that isn't a fan of it. So that's why we asked the question, yo, do you write your own joint? You know, I write all of it. So it's something you actually take time to do, and then you just literally, boom, 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 this is what it is, all right.
And that's what I'm saying. Most people don't. And that's the sad part, because people will listen to songs and be like, yo, like, that's hard, but that's not even his lyrics. So to me, like, yeah, all right, the track could be hot, but like that kind of, you lose points. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To me, you lose points. If it's not your lyrics, you lose points.
Right.
Because it's not authentic. So it's like.
So when do you think the King Leonidas project roundabout? When will the world hear this?
Honestly, I'm not going to put a time on it yet. I still got politic with, you know what I'm saying, with Gunna. See what we going to do with it. But I could assure, though, that when it does, it's going to be hot, you know what I'm saying? And, yeah, man, I got stuff in stock. Like, I got a whole lot of stuff in stock. So it's like, we working.
Now, is King Leonidas the beginning of the story, or is this just going to be an individual project that just is the start?
Honestly, King Leonidas is the beginning. Like I was, it's dope that you caught that, because I was actually planning on making it a story. You know what I'm saying? As I go on with anything else that I put out or that I have in stock, it's gonna be a story. That's the only thing I could put.
That's a good Joan. That's a good Joan. Look, I'm excited. This is. Of course you. Please, ladies and gentlemen, my guy.
Gunna.
Would you like to?
Hey, listen, I'm gonna leave
Well,
that
that's what I
up
was
for the
asking.
people to guess.
Is this an individual project? Is it going to be a?
It's gonna be a story, but people gotta wait and just keep guessing, man. The first piece is coming. You know what I'm saying? You could look at it like the Star Wars movies or whatever.
So it's it's a for sure series.
For sure.
Look, the Leonidas touch has been beautiful, but the story, no, I truly want to see where this goes and develops. Seeing you in the merch, Triple N merch, it's exciting, it's motivating.
Yeah, absolutely.
Behind the scenes, they don't know. We need more of it. We had our conversation behind the scenes. No, this is exactly how it's supposed to go and what's supposed to happen. We could look back this and say, yeah, no, we did this shit. This is in-house. This is us being able to do what we want to do.
Absolutely.
And yeah, no, you came down here to work. Shit, we wasn't going to bullshit you and waste your time.
Yeah, no.
Came down here, you knocked some shit out, did what you had to do, did all the fun shit. I hope you enjoyed the city. Like,
absolutely did.
It's you know.
Listen, one of the best things I did was come down here. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't just plan on coming down here to just, I'm going to go enjoy the city life. And no, I came down with the straight mindset of work, but.
Gotta respect it.
Coming down here, man, I've learned so much, you know, I experienced a lot. So it's like, I could apply everything that I've got now to everything in the future. Not only that, when I go back to Massachusetts, I got my team, you know, shout out G-Way, Leg, Nano, those my guys, you know what I'm saying? So we get to work and I get to implement. Each one teach one, you know.
Hey, look, I'm impressed. It's a pleasure and honor to meet you. Pleasure and honor to have you.
Likewise, absolutely.
We're definitely going, we got upgraded, so we definitely going to put it at the end of this. This is fun. I don't like interviews, but I had to get you in. You working too goddamn hard. It's kind of a token. It's a token of reward, and it's more so like, no, you came down here to work. We was gonna get it in, and no, this is definitely a good joint. Definitely a good joint.
I appreciate it, man.
From Delco, well, we ain't even gonna say. From Delco to Philly to Springfield, Massachusetts, this is going up.
Absolutely.
It'll be out within about 72 hours, episode 8, but it's a great joint.
Hell yeah.
We got all the time in the world to mix it, cut it, promote it, do what we got to do. I'm going to give y'all upgrade at the end of this. It's been fun. 30 minutes good, Mr. Gunner? My man overworking, underpaid like a motherfucker. But that's that Triple M shit, man.
Absolutely. That's what I mean. People just got to stay in tune and just keep their eyes and ears out. Gunner's working, I'm working. I'm saying we all working. So everything's coming. Everything's coming.
Like I said, we can't give them too much, but it's a bubbling time. Mm-hmm. Shit is bubbling. To see the growth of the label since episode 7. Proud of this guy. No, nigga, I told you, we working. Okay, yeah, no, maybe not these parts and pieces then. Here we are now. Okay?
Yeah, that's true.
Now we playing the fucking game. anything and everything could happen. I said I wasn't going to do this before his. And another one. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. And look how much happened.
Yeah.
They just got caught up, and now they got this.
Words.
This nigga not going to keep giving me shit to do. I got shit to do.
I get it.
But it's work. And it's all working interchangeably. Like, the shit works. And you've already seen the impressions. Us just saying, hey, look what we about to do.
Facts.
It's more than energy. When you manifest this shit, when you put it out there to happen, like you said in Overdose, no, nigga, the shit, you start talking numbers, nigga, you gonna get numbers. Mm-hmm. When you produce, good or bad, you have a product. You know what I'm saying? Now you gotta build off it. After this, they gotta get the project. After that, no, we'll be doing this again in 3 to 6 months.
Facts.
That fast. Yes, next. And we already know. Mm-hmm. We know. You know what I'm saying? But it's a pleasure and an honor. It's been fun.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
It's the home of the world's finest. Another exclusive.
Made in men.
Big Triple M. I need you all to continue to like, subscribe, share. Continue to follow what's going on. You're hearing the upgrade in the quality. You're hearing the upgrade in the show. You ain't gonna keep getting these little freebies. Something special for episode 10. Continue to look out for the Blacklight Effect Network, BLETV. Make sure you following on all the socials. The Cash App's available too, but we ain't about to do that. Blacklight FX at Blacklight FX. BLACKLIGHT FX. Don't spell it out. Or the Blacklight Effect, spell it out. THEBLACKLIGHTEFFECT_podcast PODCAST on Instagram. Or take out all the bullshit, theblacklighteffectpodcast.com. It's available on all platforms. I appreciate my listenership. I appreciate my guys. Let's get the fuck out of here.